Burritos. We're talking with burritos. Burritos. We're talking with burritos. Burritos.
This is Talking with Burritos. Hey, I am Jerry, JJ Wayne Graham.
I'm Christopher the Rupel.
Hey, what's up, you guys? We're going to start out with some review teasers, but, the first week of December, the very first week of December. And so we're going to be capping off a new series. We haven't done another series, right? So
since last January.
It was basically Aliens series. And so now we were supposed to do more of these, but we never did. So, because, we put off the samurai one. We haven't done that in a while.
Yeah.
So, and I want to do that eventually. So maybe that'll come in another month or so. But in this month, we're going to do Christmas, man. We're going to just start off all Christmas all the time. Just like, we should have started like in October because that's when Christmas really starts.
I would have said no and would have left the show. I would have joined the army.
That's when Christmas really starts. So we're gonna in this episode we're gonna start with just some, let's say, best episodes from television type, best Christmas episodes from like a television series.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start that because we're gonna start off a little light and then we're gonna go to other things like. Wow, let me let that go. Yeah, whatever. Let's
Christmas.
just repeat it all again. Yeah.
Ching, 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 ching,
He said
ching,
Christmas.
ching.
We're gonna start off with like just Christmas episodes of shows that have come and gone and maybe exist today. But I don't know what RuPaul has.
I was about to say I did watch a modern a Christmas episode that came out before December.
Oh,
it was
okay.
really good.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So now, but first we're gonna go to our review teasers. Chris didn't watch anything, but maybe he watched something on his couch.
I did watch something on
the
my couch.
podcast that takes you. This is our new tagline, people. I'm gonna keep it. The podcast that takes you from the movie theater seat to your couch at home. So basically, we watch movies and we talk about things that we watch on television, watching our own homesteads. So I'm like, it's fitting. And have you seen?
I was supposed to say in technicality, I still haven't talked about Moana.
Have you seen Talking with Burritos? the page. See the donkey I have on that now? It's fucking dope. Sorry, it's just this picture. It's like a close-up picture of a donkey. And I'm like, oh, this is so perfect. I was texting the dude because I downloaded this pack that he has of stock photos, and so you basically can use that, and it's very useful when you're doing art and doing other things like that, or just have a website. So you can just take these photos and you can put them up there if you need like a little picture to go featured image or something to go on your header image. So it works well. So I use this guy. I bought like the thing like 2 times. It kind of sucks, but. Because they keep updating it. So it's like every time I buy it, I get more new stuff. But then a lot of the same with the old stuff. But it's like for what they do, you drop $15 for like 300 photos.
That's
and
not
like
bad, and
30
stock
videos.
Images,
it's like, okay, I can do this. And thank you. And so like I'm always writing this guy because he's good. And he's just uploaded this picture that I want to use, try to, emulate. And so I'm going to try to see if we can, hey, so how'd you do this? I maybe have an idea with some Photoshop and stuff, but was this lighting, natural lighting, or how much was natural lighting? How much was, going in and trying to? Because if you ever seen The Weeknd's new album,
I haven't seen
it's
that
like
yet.
pink,
No.
and then he's like all blue hues, the darks and the lights differentiate.
I don't think I've seen The Weeknd's new album cover yet. No.
Yeah, but it's like that, and so I'm like, I was listening to the album when I told you I was streaming. I was listening to that one. I'm like, okay, I need to do a review on this, but I want to like try to copy that style. It's kind of very pop artish. You have like a background that's just a primary color, just like a flat color, and then the image is what brings out the lights and shadows. So it's pretty cool. So we're gonna go to some review teasers, and you want to go first, Chris, or you want me to?
Yeah, I can go first with Moana because I
haven't seen it, but he hasn't talked about it, and so
you want to wait till next time because I know you.
No, man, you go ahead. You do your
Moana.
thing, homie.
I'm just gonna say it. Pretty solid Disney flick. I still think Zootopia was the stronger of the 2 big animated Disney flicks this year. But Moana is the good Disney princess filler. It's got your stereotypical kind of princessy. What's the word for it? It's a very stereotypical princess flick of she wants more, but that trope hasn't gotten old yet with Disney, so we can still keep using it, you know. And The Rock, honestly, for me, steals the show. The animation is almost an uncanny valley with how great the water and everything looks. You know, I mean it's cartoony, but it looks realistic with like the characters and stuff.
Yeah, that's one thing I noticed. I noticed like one of the waves. I'm like, and it was coming waves coming upon shore.
Yeah,
and just the rippling of the water, and and that like that what is it sudsy? What is it, that white stuff that?
It's like sea foam.
Yeah, like sea
Ocean
foam. It's like
foamish.
what? And it was
It
so
looks
beautiful,
so real.
Yeah,
like the water. Fuck. I was about to say, for one thing, this is a beautiful movie in both story and arts.
Yeah,
and I strongly recommend it for bring the kids, bring yourself, sit down, enjoy.
Yeah, I heard that about the story.
Sing
so
along.
Let's go more into the story thing and about princesses as is, because a lot of times what.
This is gonna be the second time. This is gonna be the first time I'm talking about this today.
Oh yeah,
because for some reason for talking or not talking with burritos. But speaking of which, I was like, okay, I really want to talk about the new Cars teaser, and then I'm like, I also want to talk about minorities in Disney movies. And then everyone else was like, let's do a Disney episode. I'm like, okay, cool. As long as you guys bring a topic, I'm okay with that.
Dig it.
But go ahead. Sorry, what were you gonna ask me?
No, I was just talking about the story, and long as it falls in lines with like princess stories.
Yeah,
and we don't want to bring out the whole differentiation, the difference between like, let's say a Frozen and then a Moana, or a Princess and the Frog and a Tangled. But Tangled was Tangled Disney?
That was Disney.
I thought for some reason I thought that was DreamWorks.
I mean, how it was advertised, it looked like a DreamWorks movie, you know, with like all their eyebrows.
Did you say the eyebrow thing? Yeah. So for all this time, so we were sitting in the dentist's office just this week, Wednesday, and we were like, oh, we were trying to guess what movie's gonna come on next, right? Yeah. And it's like the Disney logo and stuff. And no, and it was just like, Disney logo. And then we see like the guy, I forgot his name, but the little crook,
Flynn Rider.
Yeah, Flynn Rider. We see him like doing this thing. I'm like, this is. Then my daughter was like, Tangled. I'm like, no, it's not Tangled because it's a Disney movie. They don't have they had that eyebrow thing on the poster. She's like, no, it's Disney, and we just saw it. And
yeah, they just stole.
It's
DreamWorks
the movie right
advertising.
here. I was just like, oh, it is Disney. I'm like, God damn it, Chris. I was like, I've been bamboozled. I've been misled. No, about the story and everything. Like, when it falls along with the princess theme. Mm-hmm. Try to, because we had one.
I was about to say, ever
recently,
since
like
Little Mermaid,
Brave, or
ever since Little Mermaid, every Disney princess just wants more. Mm-hmm. You know,
yeah.
Belle wants more. Pocahontas wants more. Mulan wants more. Mm-hmm. Rapunzel wants more. Elsa and Anna want more.
That young lady from Brave wants more.
Yeah, right? She wants more.
Yeah, so
Meredith.
Yeah, so what is that saying?
Why do I know every princess?
You tell me.
I like Disney.
Ain't nothing wrong with
no,
that.
I don't like Disney. I love Disney.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that, sir. No one would make fun of you, because a lot of men, people, everyone in general, cats,
doesn't
dogs,
get giddy when they see
Disney.
Goofy or Mickey at Disneyland?
Oh my goodness. We need to talk about that one time too. Just the Goofy movie.
Oh,
as a serious
God, yes.
2-hour discussion.
I will discuss the crap out of that, because I love that movie.
I think that should be a watching with.
Honestly,
Burritos.
that's like
that should be a watching with.
That
Burritos.
might be on my top 5 of
comment.
favorite Disney movies. Honestly,
yeah. Let's do some commentary. We can do that, right?
Yeah, I mean, we'd have to just you could just release it and be like, watch it along while
we've done that
it.
before. So.
Just you have to isolate the audio from you can't have the Goofy movie going on in the background.
You know how we do it, son. You know how we got set up. We got the things, and then it was just out here.
Just put the headphones on.
Yeah, we've done it before. We've done it with a few of them.
Yeah.
So we know the setup.
But yeah.
That might be one to watch, and then really just have a lengthy discussion.
If Kevin Smith can do it with Bad News Bears, why can't we?
Yep. Did you listen to that one?
I haven't yet.
When he was crying like a baby. Damn good, though. Good
I
episode.
sadly don't own Bad News Bears, surprisingly.
What?
I know. I'm surprised I don't own that one.
Every kid needs to watch that. Like The Sandlot. You need to watch that movie.
Everyone needs to watch Heavyweights also.
Heavyweights. I haven't seen that one.
That's a Disney one, and it's
yeah.
it's the kids who go to the fat camp, and then Ben Stiller takes over. and he's like, "You guys aren't gonna have fun this summer."
And that led to his character in Dodgeball, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
He said
Yeah.
it influenced that character.
Oh yeah, it's pretty much the same character.
Same character, yeah.
Like almost shot for shot, it's the same character.
Yeah.
It's the same exact voice. It's the same character.
It's the same character.
He's like,
Okay, so Disney Princesses wanted more. Is that setting like? I'm not saying like wanting more is bad,
yeah.
but do you think that overall theme? Because I guess it's better than them like looking for love
Yeah.
all the time,
I was
looking
about
for
to
the
say-
perfect suitor.
Love should come second in Disney movies.
Uh-huh.
And there's no romance in this movie, which makes this great.
Yeah,
This is one reason why I have not heard a single person ever say this about Moana. Of there's no romance plotline, which makes it way better. That's something I love about this. You know, there's no suitor on the island being like, "I will be your chief husband." No, she's gonna be chief.
but sandwiched in between this movie, you have a strong lead as Moana, and then you have two strong leads in Frozen, and then before that you have Brave. You know, how do you
Brave
think
was
that
weak.
differs? Where in the middle there was a romance, you
Yeah.
know, but then there is a solidary character within the Ice Princess lady. I don't know who the hell she is. Elsa. Okay, and so I don't know. Like, do you think they need the romantic? You know, they
No.
need to go back with the Snow White and all them, and the Beauty and the Beast, the romance. Is that now like our princesses are missing something when they don't have that element within their films?
I think it's okay that they don't have that kind of thing. You know,
But do you think it's less successful? I think that's what I'm
No,
asking.
I don't think it's
You don't
so
think
successful.
it's less successful of a narrative?
No, I was about to say. I mean, the main narrative. The last time the main narrative was a love story for like a Disney movie was like Beauty and the Beast. Because
And Frozen.
and no, Frozen was not like.
Yeah, there was.
You haven't even seen Frozen, so you can't say that.
There was a boy and they were falling in love. That's all I'm saying.
You don't know anything about Frozen.
Yes, I do. People go and they freeze to death.
No,
And it's a town that's about to freeze to death.
No,
and
the whole movie is about the
like,
snowman.
which child to kill first?
No,
because-
no. What it's about is
No.
it's the
As a
spirit of all
sacrifice
those
to
children
Elsa.
who died. Is the little snowman? All the children are reincarnated into that snowman.
Is that what
you
it
see?
is?
That's what it is. Yeah, and he's trying to save them from not having any more of that happening.
Wait, children died?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No, not bullshitting you. This is bullshit.
Oh, okay.
This is how I can prove that he hasn't seen it.
I saw it. That's the movie I saw in my head when I was imagining watching it. No, just kidding. Okay, so you don't need the romance to be
don't think you
successful.
do.
I just
I mean,
thought it was like a.
You know what?
because little
There was
people
one
love
that
romance,
was-
man.
Enchanted was the last Disney princess movie with romance, and that one was a pretty decent one.
Enchanted, yeah, Tangled.
Tangle.
Oh, and Princess and the Frog.
Yeah.
That was yeah, she was a princess trying to be married or about to be married, and she
No, she
turned
was
into a frog, right?
No, she
God
wanted
damn
to
it.
have her own business, and then she met that.
Oh,
king-
she was trying to be independent woman. She's all
she
like
was trying-
Beyonce.
Yeah,
okay.
she was trying to be Beyonce in
Yeah.
the 40s.
In the 40s.
In the
Yeah,
40s.
see, come on, you ain't got nothing on her B.
Yeah,
Alright.
and what's it called? But yeah, she wanted to be independent. She didn't have to fall in love, but she ended up
But she
falling
did.
in love.
Well, that is true.
I
she
think
tried to
the
refuse love.
comes second for a lot of these movies.
Which it should.
Yes, which
Okay.
I completely
But you
agree.
think that is...
But if you do make it about the main part,
Yeah.
make it a decent love story like Beauty and the Beast or Enchanted.
Mhm.
You know,
Do you think that plays second fiddle, though? It should
It-
play second. No, do you
it-
think
it
in the
can
minds
play-
of the young ones, do you think that actually hits the main narrative of a
think
lot
that's-
of these films?
I think that's a good way to make it more universal with children. Because when a boy sees that it's a romance movie, he's not going to want to watch it.
Turns
as
it
much.
off, yeah.
He's going to want to turn it off.
He needs to
But
see
when you
it,
make
actually.
that the second part, you still keep the girls in and you keep the boys in because you're keeping the main focus on something
Okay,
else.
let me ask you this. What about with a film of like Moana without Maui?
I don't think he'd be successful
Okay.
because Maui stole the show for
Yeah,
me.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that's just my
So,
personal
so
opinion.
then now we going into another. I'm going to my feminist side right here.
Yeah.
So now we're going to like in Frozen 2, they have like the guy helping along the girl. What if we just have the women? Why do we always need a man there to help and support them. Ooh, I went there, son. Ooh, we went all feminist. Talking with
Mulan.
talking feminism with
Princess and the
burritos.
Frog.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Except the Brave girl.
Yeah, I was about to say she pretty much did everything on her own.
Yeah, she was independent.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was
I was
just a
about to say-
little hard-headed child.
Yeah. And then Mother Bear.
Yeah, Mother Bear. Yeah, she had a mother working.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that was a good one too. You know, have mother looking over her.
It was a very weak movie, but it was a C- movie. Just
Oh.
needs improvement.
Damn, you went C minus on
I
that
went
thing?
C-. It needed improvement.
I would have said like B.
the narrative needed improvement.
I said B. So I
Yeah.
did enjoy it. I was having
Yeah.
fun during that one.
Needs
I just wanted some
improvement.
swashbuckling. I wanted that girl to
That'd be pretty
grab
cool.
a sword and kill something. I'm sorry. I wanted her to fight like Joan of Arc. I really did. That's what I went in there wanting,
Wait,
and I didn't
next
get.
Disney movie,
I didn't get.
animated Joan of Arc film.
Oh my goodness! Can you see? I can see them doing it.
I could see them doing it too.
I could see them saying,
It's been long enough.
middle finger to
where
the
they
world.
Can get away with this.
Exactly. We can
You
get
know?
away
Hey,
because they'll stage
'cause
it
Titanic-
like a pretty little romance, like Disney movie, and
Yeah.
it's like, oh crap, look at the narrative.
And
She's
she
about
falls
to
in
be
love
burned
with
at
the
the
Lord. She falls
yeah.
in love with the Lord.
Yeah, but then Lord
a
can be
personification
metaphorical.
of the Lord.
A snowman.
Yes.
Yeah.
Made out of croissants.
Wood.
A croissant man.
No,
'Cause she's French.
Because you always want to eat that dude.
Well, that's the thing. That's where the humor comes in.
Cheese.
Because she's like, oh, we want to eat the croissant.
Yeah, everyone's
man."
always chasing them around
Yeah.
and trying to eat them.
He's like, don't eat me.
I'm the
don't eat
Lord.
me, I'm the Lord.
but okay, so let me get off that subject. So we can talk more on the Moana.
I want a tasty
Moana and
croissant
stuff,
man now.
but I've never been a croissant.
You put some
Concierge.
nice butter on there, you got some good
Yeah.
croissant.
Yeah, I just like sweet stuff. Is it sweet?
No, it's
Okay,
bread.
no, I need sweet.
It's bread.
Is it a donut?
No,
All right, then it doesn't appeal to me.
That's
I don't even eat those.
I've been wanting a
so
donut
shit.
recently.
I want a donut.
I want a
too.
Dunkin'.
I usually like Thursdays, like after I come home from like watching like movies and doing all my stuff on Wednesday. Thursday morning, I usually stop at QT and I get the kids and my wife. I give the kids donuts and I bring everyone donuts and coffee, but I never buy one for myself. Yeah, it's just I got a thing. I got a thing with sugary
See,
things.
that's where you play the sad piano music right there.
Yeah, you know, because
You
it
play
always
the
plays
sad-
in my head.
You play the walking away theme from like the Hulk movie.
Yeah, I want to indulge, but I just don't because I'm an idiot.
Just have
I'm
one-
all in my own head though.
Just have
so.
one donut.
I know, right?
Donuts,
I had one of those
donuts.
Krispy Kremes that what's his name brought in that one time.
Yeah,
Delish.
it's hard to refuse a Krispy Kreme.
Yeah, I know.
It's harder for me to refuse a Dunkin' though. I love Dunkin' Donuts.
The donuts, yeah.
They got the best coffee in my opinion.
Oh
And
wow,
they
yeah.
got some
I heard
great
their
ass stuff.
coffee was pretty good.
Very good.
Yeah. Okay, this is not a freaking plug for damn.
Yes,
Dunkin'
it is. It's a
Donuts.
plug for Dunkin' Donuts, our sponsor. Oh man,
Pseudo.
we are clean enough to get Dunkins, can't we? Please.
This episode, most likely. I realized, see, you had to go there. It's tangent. Okay, I'm going to put a little thing. When I put in an alarm sound, that means we're going on a tangent. I'm going to go on a tangent right now. Just like before, where it's like, I was listening to it last episode, right?
Didn't I say the C word?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, really, dude? It's like you referred to somebody, like the girl at age of 17.
Which I loved, by the way, which I thought was a great character.
Yeah, he explains why. You know, he's just a term that comes so easily to him to, you know, identify this character who is
I'm surprised they didn't drop the
both
C word
emotional and just kind of like you kind of want to like her, but then you kind of don't want to like her because she's, you know, she does some things. She's questionable, questionable behavior.
Yeah. She's a 17-year-old.
Yes, exactly. She's just a teenager. Exactly. That's exactly what you said. But my thing was, speaking.
Yeah, I can't go into speaking of which there. That one will never get a sponsor unless it's a sex shop.
No, but I was talking and I was like listening to the episode, right? And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, wow, this is going to be dope. And I'm like, oh, wow. Oh, wow. Jerry, why do you curse so much? It's like, that was never your thing, Jay. Cursing so much. Because to me, I don't want to be one of those people who will always be like, oh, I was snotty about cursing. And, you know, it proves that you're like unintelligent if you can't find the words to say what you really
Unsociable.
think. But it comes a point.
Yeah, it does.
But then I think okay, maybe I get it from listening to other podcasts because then after that, like yesterday, I was listening to Smodcast and
Yeah, that's what I
Mosher
said.
and Kevin, they were just going. I'm just like, this is probably where I get it from because
Probably.
I was throwing out
Watching
like
any View Askew movie will get you like
yeah,
that.
I was throwing out a lot of FUs and stuff during that episode. I'm like, but they weren't warranted.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, you got to use your F words, better. But yeah, if you think about listening quality, if we were like a Kevin Smith or something like that, if they know, maybe it's more accepted. But if you're trying to bring on new listeners, people, I'm like, I try to think now. I have to think like per episode. Like, if you turn this on, it says explicit, but how explicit do you want it to be? And do you sound like an idiot? And in that episode, I wasn't happy with that episode because I sounded like an idiot during the first part of it. I was just saying, F this. And it's like, why? It wasn't even warranted, And usually I like to use my cuss words better. You know what I'm saying? Make better use of them because they're even...
Use them as enhancers, not as filler.
Yes, exactly. And that's what it felt like to me. I was like, okay, well, no, I'm going to change that up because I was just speaking out my ass, basically, and I didn't really enjoy listening to it. And if you can't enjoy listening to yourself, then you got a problem.
See
there,
that right there? That just got us our sponsor at Dunkin' Donuts.
There you go, Dunkin'. That's all for you, Dunkin' Donuts.
That's all for you, Dunkin'.
I will dunk your donuts anywhere you like.
I fucking love Dunkin' Donuts.
I will dunk everywhere, anywhere. Even in my wife's butthole. No, I'm just kidding.
That went too far.
I know.
See, now we just lost.
See, you just went too far. I just lost it again. Gosh darn it.
I'm not saying the C word was bad, but you said that.
I said butthole. I just said butthole. You don't know what kind of butthole it is.
That's a dirty word. It's a
butthole?
dirty place.
It is a dirty place.
It's a dirty place where dirty things come out of.
Well, people bleach their butthole.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Dirty.
I would like to see a bleach. No, I'm just kidding.
That's called Google.
I'm gonna ask my wife. Oh,
that's called Google.
I don't want to look at nobody else's bleach butthole. I don't even want to look at mine. Have you ever thought about looking at your asshole? I can tell you a story, but you might not want to hear it.
No. I mean, okay, obviously we've all stared at our own buttholes in the mirror. I mean, why not?
Have you?
I've done it once just to be like,
have.
So that's what my anus looks like.
There's one time where I had a moment where I thought I had a hemorrhoid, and I think I was like, I wanted to see it.
I had something very similar to that, actually.
And I thought back to 40-year-old This Is 40, where the dude's on the bed. I was like, what if I asked my wife to look at my butthole, if she would? I think she told me don't ever ask me to do that. But I thought about that'd be kind of funny if I asked her to look at my butthole and see how far our love really goes, and if she would break that boundary of like, I don't want to do that, but to actually look and see if I have a health scare in my butthole. Just saying. But there was a time where I thought I did one, but then after a week or so it went away, so I was happy, but it was kind of scary.
I was going to say, hemorrhoids scare me.
Yeah.
Because
a hernia scares me.
Oof. That's scary right there.
Yeah, that's scary. Oh, good Lord. Okay, so we're going to go back to out of our tangent zone. So I need to put I think maybe I'll just
my zone.
Cut them up. Yeah, we're going to need to sample that and put that in. Get out of my zone. Tangent zone. We just call it tangent zone. So within the span of like 2 weeks, we've had, what did I watch? Oh, I watched Allied and I watched
Rules Don't Apply?
Oh no, I don't. I didn't watch that one because it was like a long
that's right. That was like
movie and had to run through everything else. I actually watched last night or the week before. I actually watched Man Down. See, this is what happens to me, man. I sit there, I'm not watching crap, and then I start the movie up, and I start watching the first part of it, and I'm like, I'm gonna watch this movie, and then and so let's talk about Man Down. And I want to talk about Man Down because I watched the Shia LaBeouf, and I've expressed many a times. You can go through episodes, especially if we're talking about Transformers. I love my Shia LaBeouf. I just do, because I think he's a terrific actor. He takes the method. He's like one of those Brando type characters where the method acting kind of takes a little bit more precedent to like just in his overall perception.
I think you're the only person ever to compare him to Brando.
No, I'm just saying. I know. I'm just saying. Like,
light.
I'm just talking about method acting in general. Because Brando was a thing of that. Just the method actor and just bringing where it's like it kind of carries over into his personality and who he is in real life, and it's all about the art. And I want to do this. I don't want to do that. And he said a lot of crazy things. And he's done a lot of crazy things, but there's nothing that you can't say. You can't really say that this guy isn't a good actor because he is. Now, the reviews that you read for
it's
Rotten
just,
Tomatoes,
yeah,
okay, I can see where they're justified.
yeah. That's what I say. Everyone says, "Hey, good actor, but bad movie."
I can say it. I can say that. I'm gonna say that saves the movie for me is that his acting, but and something else too, like saved this movie. It's like the ending saved this movie for me because they were all over the place during the movie, and it seemed like they were a little bit too pretentious, where they tried to be too clever. You say you do a lot of flashbacks, and you're trying to intertwine everything.
They're trying to Billy Lynn this.
Yeah.
One.
Yeah, something like that, but they're a little bit more all over the place. And so, yeah, it's like a lot of it tied back in flashbacks and him trying to remember back to all these different incidents leading up to the end. So it all depends on the end, the final scene. If you don't have that final scene, then everything falls apart
All right,
the beginning.
let me guess
movie.
what the ending is. He's about to find his wife and kid,
Mm-hmm.
but then out from the ground, Megatron pops out. Sam, I've stolen your family. Ah, ha, ha. And there's nothing you can do about it because the Autobots are dead. And then out of nowhere, an axe goes through his head, and Optimus Prime pops up. You thought wrong, Megatron.
No, that's not how it
Would have been better.
No, actually, I love the ending for this one because it's had a lot of emotion in the last one. And I can see where people would be drawn off by it, and because let's say the director took a lot of creative licensing on this. And it's about a guy who is suffering from post-traumatic stress syndrome, PTSD. And and that's all of what it is. And it's all about him. And, you just have to figure out where he is in his head. And so within his head is this other world. And this world is defined by a dystopian society of sorts. Mm-hmm. And you have to differentiate, like, what's real and what's not. And so what they tried to do was invent a clever way of doing that to get into the mind of a soldier. So if you think you want to compare it to like a Billy Lynn, I would have to watch that movie more. I've seen most of it, but I would say it's kind of like the same thing where he just keeps flashing back to the moment that, and this very stressful moment in war where this event happens, and he has a similar thing, and it just triggers everything else. And he's coming back home, Billy Lynn, and they have to do this halftime walk thing, and he's experiencing it all again through like flashbacks and stuff, and through things that he sees and people he's talking to. So it's a lot with that, but this one was a little bit more Hollywood, let's say. They just took a lot of artistic licensing. A lot of it comes along with like color grading and to make it look and seem like a dystopian society, like he's really there. So you're really going into his mind, and you try to see which one is which. And they played it off in the beginning. They played it off pretty clever. And like, oh, so you really think maybe something really happened, like the Russia nuked the Earth or something, and then now they're living in this world that is post-apocalyptic.
No, they're just in Detroit.
But
I just ruined the ending.
But yeah, so I wasn't really disgusted by the film. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So it was watchable. Yeah. But I thought that, but I knew what they were doing. But they could have taken a little bit more care into that, into the mind, getting into the mind of it, because you have a good actor, I'm saying, you got someone who could do A Dog Day Afternoon, who could do a Independence, the Tom Cruise one.
Born on the 4th of July?
Yeah, you have someone who could do something like that. Yes, but this one, it was maybe a smaller budget and stuff, but yet they could have done something with that. But yet they took a little bit more of a creative avenue, which wasn't bad in my opinion. It would throw a lot of people off, you know, because they think it would be like more of a Hollywood story of PTSD, and it's not really that serious to take it that serious because it looks like a Hollywood film. And I think
I was about to say, if you want to stick
as far
with
as the
PTSD
narrative, it
movie,
doesn't match up.
If you want a good PTSD movie with a good narrative, stick with First Blood.
Yeah, that one too. Yeah, you know, but that one, you know, you had a lot of action and stuff too. It was still within the real world, you know. But this one, they tried to take you out of it, and I think that creativity just hurt the film a little bit. I watched it. I thought it was. I'm gonna give it a 3.5. I'm not gonna get like hurt it, you know, like too much, but you know.
Oh yeah, I forgot to give Moana a score.
Yeah,
An almost burning butthole. Almost
burning butthole.
It's almost perfect.
This is the second time we said butthole.
Yeah, almost burning. Hey, burning butthole. We need to get a taco shop to endorse us if it's going to be
milk
we need
needed.
Taco Bell, and then we have the different Taco Bell spices.
Okay, we start from. Yeah, we got what's that new fiery sauce? Have you had that one?
Did they have one above
It's
Diablo?
called Diablo. No, that's the one.
I thought they had Diablo for a while.
I haven't been there in a while.
It's a pretty good one.
We got it the other day. Yeah, it was Diablo. So that's a Diablo. Let's name it. Let's use Taco Bell.
Yeah,
Diablo.
I know, right? What they have like a roasted red, a Diablo, a green one.
Is that new?
They've had these for a while.
Really?
But like, I don't know.
I haven't asked for
I haven't
any
gone
of those.
to Taco Bell and like.
Yeah. Usually mine's like hot or mild. That's all because all I remember them having. So
yeah, hot, mild.
Hot,
they have a bunch of
and a
different
picante
ones now.
salsa for the little breakfast one.
Yeah. I was about to say, for what it's worth, the roasted red, a very good flavor. I've been
roasted red.
I was about to say I've been getting that whenever I go to this one taco place by my place. Why am I forgetting its name? I go there like not like once a week, but like once or twice a month.
We gotta do a special episode. We just go and put up the laugh mic. Let's take one of the remote mic and we just sit there in a burrito shop and just talk. Just get the ambiance and just freaking talk and just have a podcast episode there.
But yeah, there's like a
coming
place,
soon.
Not El Molinito.
You choose the place.
Okay. El Molinito.
And then I'll choose a place. My wife has been begging us to do one like that, but
I was about to say that place where my that one like because they do
Poco
street
and
taco
Mom's.
style stuff and it's real good. I
really?
always get like the mini chimmies there.
Mini chimmies.
Really good mini chimmies.
Yeah, look for my kids' podcast, The Mini Chimneys, coming on 2017. No, seriously. Gotta put them to work, man. Gotta put them to work. Also, you know.
Get them to work.
And so, if you guys looking for a review of Allied, I'm gonna do that one, but I'm not gonna do it here on the podcast. We already went a little bit too far into this program. So we're just gonna, you know, without the main topic. And so that was just our review tizers. Okay, so taking us out of the review tizers, we're gonna go into the main movie dish. But this week,
take us over with some.
We're gonna go to the couch
bells.
on this one. Yeah, ding 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 ding, whatever.
Scene one, Apple, take two.
We're going to the couch on this one, you know, for our main movie dish, where we're gonna take a look at television and some notable Christmas episodes, and there's a list of them. If you look it up, you can find them.
Oh yeah, that's
so.
about to
How
say,
did you break yours down?
I just go with the stuff I normally watch.
Okay, there you go. That's smart.
This is
I don't
the
really
stuff
watch
I watch
much.
every year.
See, that's my
what
thing.
I
I don't have a tradition.
Yeah,
Mine is just Christmas Story. I don't have a
Which is
tradition,
always a
so
good one, you know?
yeah.
I was about to say, I mean, movie wise, I do something else, but that's different.
Yeah.
That's for another day.
Oh no! Ooh, my romantic ones on the. You know, I need my Love Actually, The Holiday, and some other movies I was supposed to watch, and I didn't that year.
Yeah, last year, wasn't it?
Was it? Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it
was
was
supposed to watch those, and I just never did. But you know,
And
it's
Best
always
Man Holiday. Why did you miss that one?
I don't know, because I wanted to. I think I've seen it though. I think I saw it with my wife. I'm not sure.
I think so, bro.
Yeah, I think
it seems like one of those ones that she would want to go.
Oh no, yeah, I see it all the time. If it has like Morris Chestnut, she's there.
Yeah, it did. So yeah.
Okay.
Hey, the man's handsome.
He is a handsome gentleman. I can't really fault the man or any woman for loving him.
And he's not a bad actor.
He's not. He just gets kind of typecast in these roles. You know,
super
he's always used the
typecasted.
same roles. It's
We've talked about
come
this
on,
before.
bro. You could do something else. You're more than talented to do something else.
He needs that, like...
He needs Broadway.
He could do Broadway.
I can see him in Fences doing a new Denzel in Fences. Yeah.
Well, Denzel's already directing it, so it's okay.
No, I'm talking about the Broadway show, though.
The Broadway show?
I don't know if it's still going, though.
I don't think it is.
No, me neither. Because, yeah, that was Denzel. Like, I think Viola Davis doing... I think those two were the main people in that role on Broadway as well. So, and now he's directing it, which is awesome, and it looks.
Oh my god, I got chills when I watched that trailer.
I actually watched the first one. I'm like, gosh darn, that man gives me a heart's piece. Like
Yeah,
if he doesn't win the Oscar, now if y'all want to play a reason
There's
to riot,
Jack and Squats.
if you
for
want,
what's it called.
there is nothing.
So if he doesn't win it, it is a travesty because there wasn't shit, and that actually looks legit pretty damn good.
Yes.
Compared to Collateral Beauty, which looks pretty bleh.
It looks like another movie. It looks like 7 pounds to me.
Yeah, it does.
It really does. It's just like, okay, you want to die and you don't. Okay, you're doing all these things. You're giving away body parts.
They're purposely doing
A series?
two movies with like African Americans being the lead that are kind of Oscar baity because last year everyone complained about the lack of diversity.
No, I don't think so. I just
And
think it's just a
Moana.
matter of time. You know, I just think they so happen to have it. He's not gonna win an Oscar.
What for Moana?
Who?
Wilbur. I can't pronounce. His
Why?
name. Because he did the music.
Who?
The guy from Alexander.
No, Lin-Manuel.
Oh yeah, I don't know why I was saying Wilderama. I'm saying the complete
That was
wrong
like
name.
70s show.
Yeah, that guy.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
he's in there. He's
what
doing
does
the
he
songs.
have to do with this movie?
Everything. He's got everything to do with it. He wrote all the music, not the guy from Alexander. What am I talking about?
Almost likely he'll get it then.
Yeah.
Is the song? Are the songs good in that one too?
They're pretty good. They're pretty
good.
decent.
Okay. I'm watching that tonight, so I'll give y'all another little take on it.
I was about to
later
say, not my favorite Disney soundtrack, but a pretty good one.
on. Okay.
Yeah.
So with Chris he said he has a tradition. He watched certain episodes every year, Christmas episodes.
Yeah.
For me, I just went through a whole list of online stuff.
Did you go to Wikipedia?
No.
Because I know they have a list of all the
Yeah, no, I didn't go. I wanted to stay away from them,
Yeah.
and so I just went to like different websites who had compiled lists, and then I was looking for the common theme with them.
Yeah.
You know, some that I recognized. You know, because I haven't, I'm not really that too caught up on my TV shows and stuff. You know.
Yeah.
So a lot of them is like one and done. I watched them and now they're gone. But yet I would love to relive some of them. So that's what I went and I watched for mine. So which one do you have? Are we doing a list or are we just doing like
I just
how many do you have?
Like at the top of my head, I got quite a few. I don't know the
Gosh
exact
darn,
number.
let's do about 5 or something.
All right, do about 5.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess the first one I should go with the stereotypical Simpsons. The very first episode is Simpsons roasting on a open fire.
That was a common one. Oh,
That's
was
a very
like
common
very
one.
high up on everyone's list.
It's the very first episode of The Simpsons. It's a very heartwarming episode, and it has a moment that I would see myself doing with
That's not
Bart.
the one with the dog, right?
Yeah, it is. It's the one with the dog.
It's the one with the
When they
Santa's
get
Little
Santa's
Helper,
Little
right?
Helper. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. There you go.
Yep. That's the one. And, it's the one where Bart gets the tattoo that says moth, but it's supposed to say mother, and that was supposed to be his Christmas present to her, which I don't get, but hey.
It was clever.
Hey,
enough.
that's my Christmas present for my mom. I'm going to get mother on my shoulder right there. I've actually wanted that tattoo.
With a little heart.
Yeah, I've actually wanted to get that tattoo.
With heart like his tattoo?
With the ribbon, with the heart. Yeah, with moth, but actually have mother.
That'd be funny if you just got moth.
Yeah, moth.
Well, you know what it is, mother.
I got a couple friends going to Universal Studios, and I don't know if they still have the Simpsons ride there.
Yeah.
But I really hope they do because they had a Quickie Mart.
Uh-huh.
And I was
sweet.
an idiot and didn't buy a Bort license plate.
Oh, really?
Which is a reference to the Itchy Scratchy Land episode.
Yeah. Okay.
What kind of name is Bort?
Bort.
We need more Bort license plates. Repeat, we're out of Bort license plates.
Bort.
But Simpsons roasting on open fire, beautiful episode. Tragic to lose all that money, and then Homer doesn't get that Christmas bonus, so he has to be Santa. Which and then Bart finding out that's Homer working a second job.
Yeah. Very Christmas, like just very sitcom episode, in my opinion. So it was a great setup, a great narrative setup for the series. It's like because they took a regular sitcom, like live action, they turned it into animation. They were able to obtain all of those elements that, including one of those heartfelt sitcom, like that you would see on like the Brady Bunch or something like that. You had
It's like, we
you
don't
had
have
your
money
ups
for
and your
presents.
downs, and then you had your nice ending. You know.
Sure, we don't have money for presents, but hey, we got a dog.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. It was a very touching.
And if he runs
episode.
away, we can easily catch up with to him.
That's jacked up.
Hey, that's a line from the episode.
Yeah, but I agree. That's a good episode. That was fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
And to be the first one, they chose well. They chose well because did they debut at Christmas time or
I don't know. I'd have to look at my DVD because they would
like
actually tell
November
me.
or something I'm not sure. Yeah,
I wasn't born yet, so I wouldn't know.
really. Yeah,
'Cause
exactly. So you came.
Simpsons has been around before I was
You came
born.
a little bit later. Yeah, because
Yeah.
it was like 89, 90, right?
Yeah, 89.
Yeah, because I just moved to Arizona.
Mm.
Yeah, and Fox Network, and it was on. It's like, oh, I watched this and all those stupid ass T-shirts and everything.
All those bootleg shirts.
And I ain't lying. Like, people, I had a damn Jordan one. I had like a few of them. No, I think I had the Jumpman one.
I'm pretty sure my brothers had a lot of cowboy ones.
Yeah.
A lot of Emmett Smiths.
Yeah, right. So silly.
Did you have a Bo Jackson?
I think. Oh wait, shoot! I think I might have Bo Jackson because I was all in the Raiders, and I loved Bo Jackson.
Yeah, that's what I
back
say.
then.
You're in the Raiders.
Yeah,
So I had to ask.
I was in. I think I did have
Didn't
one
love
of those.
Bo. Bo was cool.
Yeah, it was so silly. But mine was the Jordan. I had the one with the Jordan jersey.
Yeah.
I used
But,
to draw
let
that
me-
stupid character a
Let me
lot
also
too.
point in the people's directions to other Christmas Simpsons ones.
Yeah.
But watch that one first. I mean,
Yeah,
obviously,
yeah,
'cause
yeah.
it's
Yeah,
the first
set
one.
up.
But you should also catch the one where Bart burns everyone's Christmas presents. I can't remember the title of the episode,
Mm.
but that's a really good one because everyone hates Bart by the end.
Yeah.
Or everyone just hates the Simpsons at
Damn,
the
I remember those too.
end.
Back when I used to watch it like religiously.
And the one that makes me cry every single time
Oh.
is the one where Bart gets caught shoplifting. Because it's the episode where Bart disappoints his mom. And that just hits too close to home.
Damn, yeah.
Because you don't want to disappoint mom.
Yeah, no. Oh, that's tough. That's tough.
Me and Joseph have discussed extensively how that episode is like one of our favorites and makes us cry each time.
Where have you discussed
just with each other.
this? Oh
Just with
man,
each
you
other.
haven't done it on a podcast?
Nah.
Yet? That would be a good episode.
I was about to say,
that's a good
Speaking
one.
about Springfield will come sooner or later.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Speaking about the Springfield.
Speaking about Springfield.
Oh, okay. No, I need to watch that one. That is a good one. Oh my goodness.
That's a fantastic one.
Can't remember it off the top of my head. I remember watching it, but I don't. Oh wow, I need to see that one.
That one.
I need to watch that one again. Maybe I'll put it on the telly tonight.
I was about to say, you got FX on your thing. You can get the FX Now app and watch them all.
Or Hulu.
Or Hulu. No, they don't have it on Hulu.
They don't have the Hulu?
No, they don't got it
I
on
thought
Hulu.
they had them on Hulu. They had them
No.
on one of those.
They have it on Hulu, but they only have the new stuff. That's where they're licensed to play the new stuff.
Gotcha. So,
Actually, also FX Now does have the new ones too. So
FX app. Okay.
yeah, if you do the FX Now,
I'm pretty sure
app,
Windows have an FX app.
yeah, I was about to say they do. And all you gotta do is put in your Cox
Yeah,
information. That's it.
Sweet. I'll
you-
check that one
You
out.
can, and you can watch all of
Maybe we
Atlanta.
can talk to it later. Yeah, I need to do that.
Yeah, we both do.
I know because his album dropped today. I'm buying it. People, Childish Gambino.
Oh yeah, yeah. I was
Go
about to say,
get that.
Phil posted
Go
something
get that.
about it.
He ain't a fan. He didn't listen to freaking because of the internet until last week. How do you say that? You go and you just not listen to it because of the internet. It's been 2 years, man.
It has been.
Come
2
on,
years.
you gotta come on. It's been
only
2
been a
years
year.
to the date. Nope,
No, it's
2
been two.
years. It's been 2
Wow.
years. Yeah, because I remember that entire year I was all about that album. I just listened to it constantly. I didn't listen to anything else for like 8 months. And there's a podcast on that because I did say that. Thank you, Josh, for bringing Childish Gambino into my life because he's the one who, he's like, well, you should listen to this. You love this guy. I'm like, he's like the guy from Community. I'm like, what? It was like, you bull crapping me. And I listened to him like, oh, wow, I love this guy. Didn't stop listening to him for like at least a year. Seriously, it's pretty bad. And then I got my daughter into it, and she kept listening to it. So I love my daughter. 'Cause I can, Eminem and Childish Gambino. Yeah, I direct her in the right way.
And
She
then
still
she
doesn't know
listens to
anything
Drake.
about music. I haven't listened to a Drake album, but I was gonna do a
No, I'm just making
podcast
fun of
where I
her
listen to Drake.
I don't
Yeah, but
like
she.
Drake.
He has some good. Yeah, okay. So my first one, I'm gonna go talk about one of my shows of my childhood.
All right. Which
You know
one?
what that is? It's called The Wonder Years.
Mm.
We have Fred Savage playing Kevin, and the thing is of this episode is like it starts out with them wanting a color TV. They keep trying to hint to their dad that they want it. They run it. Frank, we really want this television, but the dad's like, he's grown. He's a father. He's frugal. He's like, I work for my money, and we just can't afford this and stuff. The episode transpires with them like going on trying to picking out a television and stuff, and then they just keep going at them trying to get this television. But then all the while, you have your Winnie and Kevin episode, moment when Kevin's like, dun, 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 dun. She's walking through the hall. He falls in love with her automatically, immediately, again and over again. The thing is with this episode is that it's not about what you want, and it's all about like spending time together. That's what they were trying to do. So towards the end of this episode, basically they're spending time together, and it has such a cool family dynamic where you think in some sitcoms, like Roseanne does it a lot too, where it's like you think she's this family, this whole sitcom life thing isn't as what it's cracked up to be. A lot of sitcoms like to present everything as being like, oh, there's a happy narrative. Oh, there's gonna be love and joy and
Nothing but happiness,
and everyone's gonna get what they want. But in this episode, first of all, they're together, and then they just have a moment where they're supposed to be spending time together, and they're watching the TV, and then freaking Wayne is just talking about look, that banana. Look, he's eating a gray banana. Oh, look, that looks like that the cab is supposed to be yellow, but it looks gray. And, he's just basically just going, he's just talking shit, just being very cynical. And then, you just see this one moment where, the dad just brings down Frank just brings down the newspaper and just looks at him like scathingly, and then Kevin tries to lighten up the mood, and then falls flat, and then everyone just burst out. You know what I'm saying? And like the daughter tried to get up, she started yelling at Wayne, and then the whole family dynamic is just ruined. They're supposed to be spending time together, and then it's just upset by this one moment, and you could tell like the father, the look in his face, because he always has this spot look, just this look on his face, like just being defeated. He's a man, he's just working for a living, he got to support a family, but he always has that look. But then this one, you can just tell, he couldn't give his family what they wanted, and it's like, but they didn't say it. They didn't say he couldn't, they didn't say anything. You just knew that he just couldn't do it. And so they're just like, oh, okay, all right. And so everyone goes their separate ways, and they have to go meet with the carolers because they were going to go check out the carolers. And then Kevin's like, okay, I'm going to go take my gift because he got a gift from Winnie. And so he's going to take my gift. So I'm going to go to Winnie's house and deliver my gift to her. It wasn't the gift that he wanted. He wanted to give her the perfume that he like smelled on her, it's like, but yeah, he couldn't afford it. So he bought her like a snow globe. And so he goes to take it to her house, and she's not there. The family, because the year before her brother died in Vietnam, and so they didn't want to spend the holidays at home, and so they left. All of a sudden, it was spur of the moment, and so he was all like, defeated, So it's like he didn't get that moment. He didn't get the TV that his family wanted, and so then they had this one moment where they listened to carols, and then it's like, oh, it's gonna start snowing. It's like everything that's supposed to go, scriptedly, like, in like one of these sitcoms. Yeah. Supposed to happen, didn't happen. It's supposed to snow. No, it starts pouring rain. And so, so instead of like whisking off and everything, they just kind of like sit there and have a laugh together. Like, you know what? Because everyone
been sleep.
Yeah, because this is us. We're shitty. Our family's shitty. So things happen. We're human, and so then just have a scene with them together. Spending Christmas together. But I was like, you know what, that was pretty good. Yeah, kind of odd moments, kind of, because that they just didn't get what they wanted, and no one really did, but yet they were able to find the silver lining, and with us, with each other.
Chime in, Rolling Stones. You can't always get what you want.
Exactly. There you go. That's Christmas. That's the theme for Christmas right there. That's what they should be playing.
Try sometimes.
All right, go ahead.
Fine.
What's the
you
next
get
one?
what you need. Ah, yeah.
There you
go. Merry Christmas, Mr. Bean.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I saw that.
This is one that I watch I've watched since high school every year because it's it's the childhood equivalent of a grown ass adult for Christmas,
Uh-huh.
because a man child Christmas, because he's playing with the nativity scene inside the convenience store. It's hilarious. He what's it called? His girlfriend, he's gonna buy her, what she wants, what he thinks she wants, but doesn't end up getting her what she wants at all. It breaks her heart, and he gets
that sucks.
Yeah, I know it's kind of sad for her end, but it's Mr. Bean.
Mhm.
He's a man child. You're not supposed to relate to Mr. Bean. You're supposed to laugh, not pity him.
Not pity.
No,
What do you take away from that episode?
You take away that it's the childhood. It's your what's the way of putting it? It's not great in the sense of it's heartwarming or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. It's a great view into your childhood equivalent of Christmas, of spending time with people that you really didn't want to spend time with. You just wanted to play with your toys.
Yeah.
You knew it was Christmas. You wanted to do what you wanted to do.
Yeah.
Carolers, they're nice. You're just going to wave them by, slam the door on their face after they're gone. You're not going to offer them a nice cup of cocoa or a chocolate like you think he's going to give them some chocolate.
Yeah. But he doesn't.
But he doesn't. It's just the childhood of Christmas, but played by a grown-ass adult.
Oh, okay. I got you. Yeah.
It's
That's it. That makes
it's
sense.
an innocent tale
Mm-hmm.
without being not rude about it, but it's not angry or anything like that.
Mhm,
You don't want to hate Mr. Bean or anything.
Yeah.
You just see the innocence in him
Yeah.
versus you don't think of him as an adult. You think of him as a man-child or a child.
Yeah, it's just innocence. Like,
Innocence. It's the innocence of Christmas. That's what this
innocence.
episode
There
is.
you go. See, that's
It's
what I
the
was trying
innocence
to
of
bring out
Christmas.
of you right there. Okay. Well, I can see that. Yeah, just keeping everything. It's like, I guess we're going to the next one with this one. It's like memory of it all.
Yes.
It's all about the memories that you share and of Christmas that really make Christmas what it is. That's what in this one episode was talking about, which we will segue into. That was getting to. It's yeah, and so that's what the thing was with the Wonder Years episode. Let me see this. What did he say? It's all about the memory of Christmas, and the memories of Christmas before, the memories of Christmas that has passed, that we relish in, and that's what Christmas is. He said at the end of that, it's all like Christmas is really just the memories of the Christmas that you experienced before with your family, with the things, and it's all about the memory of it all, how you felt instead of what you get. Okay. All right, so one of my favorites, because I try to go recent, not too far back, like the Wonder Years, which is like 80s almost. It's like late 80s. And it was about 89 and stuff too, 89, 90, back when I was becoming of age. Community, Abed's Uncontrollable Christmas. Have you ever seen
I
that
haven't
one?
seen it, but I've been meaning to.
Oh my goodness.
Because
Please.
it's stop animated, right?
Please watch this, because the thing is with this episode, it starts off in stop animation, and claymation, as they would say, or stop animation,
Which is from the same guys who do Moral Oral, who did that episode.
there
Actually.
you go, yeah. And so, you might want to say like, what's going on in this episode? There's stop animation, and then they kind of go into it. Whereas John Oliver's, he's a psychiatrist at the college, and basically he's like, what's going on here? Because we're in the state of mind of Abed's imagination, where that's where and one thing about Abed is the complex characters, because he lives in this world of imagination. Everything's about like the movies and the books and stuff, and that's where he lives. That's his plane. That's his comfort zone. So whenever anything bad happens, it's actually psychologically sound, where it's like you go there. It's kind of like not Eternal Sunshine of Spotless Mind, or one of those things where you basically take yourself out of reality and you go into this other space. And so his space was this Christmas episode, because of Christmases past, memories of Christmases past, watching, I think, what is it, Rudolph or Snowman? Which one was it? Damn it. I think both of them were Rudolph or Snowman.
I was about to say, there is Rudolph.
Yeah, I think it's the Rudolph special Christmas one, where he loved watching that, so he loved watching that. And so he took them back there in his mind. And so when they try to trap him for this little intervention, because they want to know why he shut down, basically. He had a psychotic episode, as one would say. But they want to know why he shut down, and so they try to counsel him. and so using John Oliver, the character, the psychologist, and so the psychologist, so he basically embraces that and takes him to this, goes in there psychologically with him. Okay, let's go to this place where that makes you happy, and let's go and see if we can go here. He wants to go and try to find out why or what made this episode happen, how this thing happened to him, why is he feeling this way, blah 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 blah. How that thing goes. Basically, they all, and so that's when the claymation goes. They go all into this mine and go into the fortress or the cave of memories or cave of forgets or something like that. And so, they're trying to go along this journey. And with Abed, it's like, okay, anyone within this realm. And so he goes there. And so you just trying to figure out why he's there. And so he banishes everyone, basically. Anyone's not supporting him, he banishes them. One of the last person he banishes is Britta. Because he's like, I'm not banishing because of your views or your beliefs or anything like that. I'm banishing because you put this thing together, this intervention together to try to define me and try to, help me, because they saying like he would get kicked out of school because he just went into a funk, if he doesn't take his last days of classes and stuff, he would lose it, he'd be kicked out of school. And so basically they were trying to help him so that he doesn't lose, get expelled. And so I forgot what they called it, but whatever. And so no, he banishes him. And so he goes out, and then you figure out that the reason why they're in this state is because, his mother every day, because they were separated, his families were separated, his mom and dad. And so every December 9th, his mom would visit, just that day, every year. She would visit, and they would watch those specials, the claymations, the snowman and stuff, and Frosty, the snowman, I think. They would watch it, and so then he, like the day before, he gets a card saying, like, oh, I have a new, she has a new family. She won't be able to spend that time with him this year. And so, oh, you're a grown man now. You it just doesn't matter. She basically just sends him a card and said, que será, será. And so that really just fucked him up. And so he went into this state where he's just unacceptance. And that's where he went. He went into that claymation zone, that time, where he spent with his family, spent with his mother and stuff. So they really took him for it. It was a pretty good episode, what I'm saying? I like how they do encompass Abed and his just disillusions, as far as reality is concerned, because he lives up here, lives in his head, but everyone's always trying to define him and say, hey, you need to do this, you need to do that. But it's like, going back to that childlike thing, it's like the thing that brings you comfort or joy, embrace that. And that's what they try to say as adults, because we get so wrapped up in adulting that we lose that. And so, yeah, it's pretty cool. I love that episode. It's a great, please watch it. It's
I will.
Pretty powerful, pretty strong. Like, a lot of times when they do go into Abed's mind, those episodes are pretty deep because he really brings some emotion, that actor does.
Mm-hmm. I was about to say, it's all on Hulu, right?
Oh, yeah.
So there we go.
Community's all on Hulu, man.
All right, well, my next one is A Very Venture Christmas. It is the 15-minute special where the Venture Brothers and the family have a Christmas party. And they're like, well, we need to bring something new to the table that isn't Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer for a story time. So they take Dr. Orpheus's Necronomicon book and accidentally summon Krampus. The
Venture Brothers.
Yes, the Venture Brothers.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so they summon Krampus, and he punishes Dr. Venture. Then Brock beats the crap out of the Krampus.
Explain the Venture Brothers to people real quick.
All right, so the Venture Brothers is a series about this family, the Venture family. Doc Venture is pretty much a grown-up version of Johnny Quest.
Yeah.
It's, obviously all that adventuring kind of fucks you up, and stuff like that. We go into his mind of he did not grow up the way he wanted to grow up, a normal kid. He grew up as a boy adventurer, and he's kind of reliving this with his own children, who are kind of blind to the whole fact, and they're teenagers now, but they act very childish and stuff like that. So it's just their adventures. The series has gone way more dark in recent years, and it's very good. I was about to say, strongly.
I haven't seen it in a long time, but
you gotta catch up on it. It's all on Hulu.
It's all on Hulu.
It is one that I recommend.
That's what we
catching
gotta
up
say.
on.
That's our thing. It's all on Hulu.
It's on Hulu. Hulu sponsor. Hey, I was about to say, they can make R-rated series. They can produce us.
Yeah, right? Hey, if you're out there.
I was about to say Man from High Castle, but that's Amazon.
Yeah. Did you ever watch that one, though?
No, I've been meaning
Not yet?
to.
Me too.
Yeah, I know. That's one I've been missing out on. But The Very Venture Christmas doesn't really teach a lesson. I was about to say, Dr. Venture just gets beaten and raped by the Krampus, you know?
Beaten and raped?
I mean, there's no
Yeah.
penetration, but he gets humped by Krampus.
Why
I mean,
does-
it's Germanic in origin. I mean, come on. That's the explanation the series gives us. It's just a goofy little 15-minute excursion to have a Christmas episode. That is not... I don't actually think it happened at all, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
I believe... I can't remember how it ends. Does it end with them finding out that it was all a dream or something?
Which one?
The Christmas episode. I think it ends with it turning out it's a dream.
Oh, the
But
Krampus one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, cop out.
Cop out, yeah.
But,
Like,
you know.
I don't like those when you at the end, you say,
Yeah.
oh, come on.
Yeah.
Like that whole one, the Abed's thing, they could totally went into a dream state. It was like, no, like bring some emotion, bring it out, you know,
Yeah.
bring the truth. It could be wrapped up in like a disillusion or a false reality. Just kind of end it instead of like saying, oh no, I just woke up.
No, just
I woke up like this.
Oh, what a horrible dream.
Yeah, why did my butt hurt? You know,
Oh boy.
why do I have hair in my butthole? This is butthole episode. Keep talking about butthole.
Christmas butthole.
Yeah, Christmas butthole.
It's
episode.
red like Christmas.
Oh,
Red and green.
Gross. See, I didn't go there.
I went there.
I just talked about bleaching.
Ho ho ho.
Okay, so I'm gonna go to another one. The past years of sitcoms that I've watched and
All right.
loved. Scrubs, my own personal Jesus. In this episode, we have a weird. It's a lot of people questioning their beliefs of sorts. Well, you have one person. You have Turk. Turk believes in Christmas. He's very religious and stuff. He believes in God and everything. And everyone else is kind of like, yeah, I can't. Like they accept him. Accept his religious his religious views and everything. But to the point where it's like, okay, because we see that JD, he walks into like one of the rooms with this terminally ill patient. Is there like, okay, he had an accident. There was a car accident or something. So he's been in a coma for like 2 weeks. And so he's talking to the family about this. Like, you know what? He's been in a coma 2 weeks. He's not responding to anything. He's about to have that talk with them. Like, I think you should. And all of a sudden, dude's like, hey, what's up? He kind of stirs awake. And they're like, oh, snap. And Turk thinks that's like a Christmas miracle. You know, it's like, oh, dude, man, that was a God. That was a miracle, man. You walked in there and this dude just woke up right before Christmas, no. And so, and everyone's like, yeah, whatever. And then you have like doctors really shading everyone. And this one, it was kind of weird. It's like I forgot his damn name. It's like the head doctor there, but he's the chief doctor, I would say.
Yeah.
And he's like really talking shit to the young lady. I forgot her name too. Like he's like the young doctor.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
I've
the
watched
blonde
Scrubs,
one. Let's say the blonde nurse.
Yeah.
And she's like, he's basically talking down to her, talking shit like, oh, you're, because he knows doctor. He's like, he trying to claims that he knows women. He's like, oh, you're going to be a obstetrician or something, or OBGYN. Basically, you're going to be into women's affairs. And she's like, oh, no, I'm a doctor. No, I don't like babies and stuff. And she has this one patient that who doesn't believe that she's pregnant. She's like, I'm not pregnant. It's just something wrong with my stomach. I'm not pregnant. And so, and she finds out
Baby in the closet.
Yep, there you go. And so she, that's the
Full
word of the day.
circle.
Full circle. If you guys don't know, I don't think I recorded that part
I don't
though.
think you
But
did,
we were
no.
talking about like words of the day.
You did the dictionary. word of the
Fulmination
day.
or something was
Yeah.
mine. I did the just dictionary.com word of the day comes up, and he had his word of the day, which was
The Urban Dictionary word of the day, which is baby in the closet.
yeah. So this girl had a baby in the closet. She didn't believe it though, and then she just thought she was sick, and then damn, I'm trying to figure her name out. She figures out that this girl has a problem. She, she's gonna have to give birth to that baby because there's something going on in her, around her uterus and stuff. And so she's trying to find her, but she leaves. Okay, but then Turk has this like just moment where he was working like the day before Christmas, and the ER shift, and so he's just it's accident after whatever thing. It's like everything's happening, and he's helping all these people, and so he comes home and he's basically, what does it matter? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, he has starts questioning his faith.
He gets the existential crisis.
Yeah, the existential crisis, because all these people, like he helped all these damn people just suffering, and so he's like, how can I believe in someone who lets these people suffer? And so he's just having his moment. So he's questioning his faith. My Own Personal Jesus, the name of the episode. And for some reason, I'm going back to Marilyn Manson.
You mean Depeche Mode?
Yeah. Before Marilyn Manson, yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, but I'm going back to Marilyn because I knew of that before I knew of Depeche Mode. So
yeah, I knew it too, but I still referred to it.
Oh,
as
okay,
Depeche
cool.
Mode,
All right, then we
so-
go to we're just going to refer to it as Depeche Mode. And so basically, and then this one had like kind of a weird ending, where he's off on the roof and stuff, and these girls trying to like comfort him, and he's like, he tells her, I don't believe anything, whatever, and he just sees his North Star, which is weird, or a bright shining light in the star, and then he just kind of starts running. And it's but it was kind of cool because it's just supposed with Nina Simone's Center Man. So he's like running and running, trying to find something. He just doesn't know what he's running to. He's just running because he saw something and he just ran to it.
It's the North Star. It's related to the
exactly.
the three
And
kings.
then you go back to the girl who left the hospital sick, believes she was pregnant.
That's not good. The second coming of Christ is not a good
Yeah.
sign. That's the sign of
I
end
didn't even
times,
think about that,
guys.
yeah.
Unless you're Jewish, then it's good times.
Oh, intriguing.
Yeah, because the reason they don't believe in Jesus being the Savior is
Yeah.
because they think that the Son of God hasn't come yet. They just think he was a prophet and was a good person.
Exactly. Okay.
Sorry.
No, that's a good one. No,
Different
because
strokes
I
for
just
different
didn't
folks.
want to go into it because it's like, well, that holds some validity. so,
That's why Scrubs ends with the end of the world, obviously.
Yeah.
Didn't you see that episode?
and so
sure
then
did.
what happens? He goes and finds this young woman and a miracle birth. You know what I'm saying? So
And he brought frankincense, gold, and
it
all that
saves her
jazz.
life. And then we do have a scene like that where like a lot of people, bystanders and nurses and doctors are standing, like people in medical
The nativity scene.
emergencies. Yeah, they're sitting on him, and he kind of like JD. He goes into his head. But JD, here's the funny thing: because he don't have that comedy in there, so JD is supposed to help tape like the birth of this child,
Yeah.
and so he he forgets to freaking turn on like the tape was on lock or something, so he didn't record any of it. So he's trying to figure out a way to like they try to fake it, and so they show like what's his name? What's the mad doctor?
I don't remember. his
Their
name.
instructor, yeah.
I know who you're
Okay,
talking
let's say
about.
the angry doctor. They try to. He puts in another play of his son's birth, and so they're like, "Wait, that baby has a lot of hair." And JD's like, "We saved it." So like they said he like a case of like infancy like lice or something. So they
Yeah.
had to shave his hair off, and they were so stupid. But yeah, so that's my third one.
Scrubs ends with the apocalypse.
Pretty much, yeah. If you put it in that context, yes. There is no baby.
Yeah.
All right.
No, there's a baby. He's just gonna bring on an apocalypse.
Like, wait,
Bring on the rapture.
the media. Like, what therapy? Are you Michael Jackson's dad? Sorry. What did he say? Oh no, yeah, because John Oliver. I'm going back to Community where it was a line from Donald Glover's character, Troy's character. He's just like, because Troy, like the Oliver is like character. He's like, you have to embrace the truth, and they were trying to banish him from the make believe world, and he was like, because he was just like really just going at him, like, you need to accept this, and that. He said, who taught you therapy? Michael Jackson's dad? Sorry.
Oh, that's a classic.
That cracked me up. I was like, okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Keeping with the theme of the rapture,
There we go.
I'm
Sweet.
going with Rapture's Delight, the American
Ooh.
Dad episode.
Oh,
Because they have some pretty fantastic Christmas episodes.
They do, I
One with the
remember.
one with the Krampus even. But
I seen the bull Krampus and the little guy in his little underwear. I think I remember him. Okay, yeah.
But they have a lot of really good Christmas episodes. All of them in the realm of not in canon, because they always end up like this one, end of the world, or having some kind of weird time shift thing where Reagan didn't become president, and other stuff like that. There's a lot of them, but this is probably my favorite one because it's a mix of an action movie ending and just good comedy at the beginning. So how the episode begins is it's Christmas. So they're going to Christmas church. I don't remember what it's called, Christmas church. But Francine
church.
But it's all full because they get there late. And Francine and Stan are like, "Hey, let's get frisky in the special janitor's closet because we can't even be in there, So they are doing it. The rapture happens. Everyone's clothes come off and they're floating to heaven, except for them because they were doing the nasty in church. And the priest is also there, is left behind, and so is the janitor. Well, the priest is a pretty bad guy. He doesn't even believe in God anymore. So it's like he's like not a very good pastor.
Oh, that's horrible.
So they get left behind, and the world is trying to find what's going on. And then the second coming of Christ is apparently here, and he's having a big show at the stadium. And Stan tries to get a private meeting with him. It ends up being a fake guy, and he almost gets raped. And Francine is kind of... he's like, "Francine, you can't come with." So she's pissed off at him. And she meets the real Jesus.
I think I remember this episode.
And then it skips like 10 years ahead after the war with all the demons and stuff and them fighting. And Stan's lost an arm. He's lost an eye. He looks like Snake Plissken from Escape from New York. That's where I get the reference that it's a very 80s inspired action flick for the second half, and it steals the show because the music's all synthesizer. That that heart beating like action synthesizer going on while they're killing demons and stuff, with Jesus and Stan killing demons, trying to save Francine from the Antichrist, which is another highlight of the episode, because the Antichrist literally being an opposite of the Jesus, because the Jesus character is this buff Jesus guy, super handsome, and then they
look like a damn superhero,
yeah, exactly,
action hero, yeah.
And then the Antichrist is this little skinny little dweeby guy who's bald with a high pitched voice, who's like, "What's up, baby?" Has that voice, and he's like, "I suck at building stuff, unlike you, who's a carpenter." And he looks like a bad Riddler.
So stupid.
"Later world, kiss my ass" is probably the best line from that episode because it's said like 3 times.
Later world, kiss my ass.
"Later world,
I have to
kiss
go
my
back and
ass."
see that one again.
It's so
I haven't seen
good.
that in so long.
And it ends with a very heartfelt moment of Stan sacrificing himself so Francine and Jesus can live.
Yeah, I do remember that, yeah.
And he gets to go back to his own personal heaven, which is getting to live the actual world again.
Yeah.
So it ends with that happy ending.
That's cool.
Yes.
That's a good episode. That
Fantastic
is a good one. I haven't
episode.
seen it in so long. But
Always makes me laugh.
epic.
Very
That's just
epic. A
This
very
is
epic
one,
episode.
yeah.
The demons are straight out of like a freaking Spawn comic,
like Dante or something. Dante's
Yeah.
Inferno.
Oh man, like then there's also another part where they learn about the rapture. And like it's like this, they learn it from the church video, and it of course has like the puppets being like, "What's the rapture?" And then they go in like this brutal comic or like this like literally straight out of a Spawn comic of like these demons cutting people's heads off, and it's like gory and shit like that. It does not fit in that video, but it's hilarious. Strongly recommend Rapture's Delights.
Okay, that's a good one.
A strong recommendation.
It is a good one, though.
All the American Dad Christmas episodes strongly recommend, actually, because they all don't take themselves seriously, and they're always over the top insane. That one probably being the best. Because,
that's what I got love to them. They do bring it, like with those episodes. Man.
I was about to say,
they put a lot into those. A lot of effort.
You
can tell.
That's why I've always liked American Dad over Family Guy.
Oh, that's true. You have been. Yeah,
it's my favorite one of the Seth MacFarlane shows.
It is a good one. I do agree with you on that one. That is a good flick. So what was the 4? Are we going to 4?
I have no clue.
No, this is going 4, 4, and then our 5th one will be a similar. Our Twilight Delight.
Yep. All right.
Okay, so So I was thinking, I was going to The Office, but it's not the Office UK version.
Yeah.
They have this one, and if you guys haven't watched the UK version, they're short, they're longer episodes, shorter seasons, and so this one's like a season. This is season 2, I believe. Season 3 actually, part 1 and part 2, and there's like hour and something minutes. So it's like if you have some time to watch, it's not like little sitcoms and stuff. These British shows, they last a while.
The Office, the UK Office.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. It's like any other UK show of being pretty long.
Yes, and so they pull no punches on this one, and so this one is a good episode. I'll give it a little short review of it, but this is pretty cool because right now, David, the actual boss, of this, he's actually been ousted from the company. He's been, he was fired of sorts, but he got a severance and he's trying to make a music video. He's trying to make a music career. He spent all his money on trying to make a music career. So you have Ricky Gervais doing this weird 80s like video to this one to a rendition of another song that he like listened to in the 80s.
That just reminds me of I woke up Sam last night.
I forgot what song it was.
I woke up Sam last night on accident because I couldn't get to sleep. I watched the Twilight Zone episodes, and then I just listened to like 80s music and other stuff. And for some reason, Tarzan Boy came up in my feed, and I'm like, you know what? I've never seen the video for Tarzan Boy.
Yeah.
It is the cheesiest fucking 80s music video.
I've never heard of Tarzan Boy, the song.
Oh, that one.
That was the title of the song?
Yeah, it's called Tarzan
I've
Boy.
heard it, but I've never
you need to watch the music video. It's so hilariously bad. He's just dancing with like this bad like green screen behind him and being like, oh. And it was like, oh my god! Like I woke
this
up
is horrible
because like I literally had my mouth over my hand over my mouth, just like, and like I woke her up and I'm like, I'm so sorry, Sam. And like I'm like showing her and she's like, why are you laughing? And I'm like, I'll show you when you wake up tomorrow.
No, I'll never see that. Maybe I'll take a stab at it.
Hilarious.
Oh good lord. Okay.
Sorry.
So
Tangent.
no, you're good. But yet the story is the main story of this focus because they have that office hijinks and everything, right?
Yeah.
And you know how David character Ricky Gervais, he comes back to the office. He's always just poking fun at everybody and poking fun at David, the now, which is the now person in charge or whatever. And so while he's gone, and so basically this is Tim. He's like played by what is that Hobbit dude? And the new Hobbit.
Martin Freeman.
Yeah, Martin Freeman. They Tim is played by Martin Freeman, and before we go into anything else, like Tim, like in previous episode, asked Lee, she was like the office secretary lady, that he asked her out on a date, and basically showing interest in her, and she was in kind of love with this dickhead named Lee, and so they ran away. They ran away to like Florida and stuff. So she basically left him there. And just kind of high and dry. He's like, I don't know I know what I did, because he took, when they say step off the ledge and just take a leap of faith and see what happens. So he did that with confessing his love to Lee. And then Lee just basically didn't reciprocate, but she had shit, deep inside she had feelings. But yeah, she was like, she had Tim, Jack Hole guy. So they moved to like Florida. And so they're away and she's just not happy. He's not happy, but yeah, he's still doing his office thing, just being a little jackass, and just annoying the new boss, Gareth, or no, it's played by Gareth, but his name is David, and so he's like just miserable, But then all of a sudden, I recommend like if you get through season 1, but watch season 2. I mean the part 2 of the episode. It's just when they actually, I'm not gonna ruin anything for you. When everything comes together and it really make Christmas when you see, when two loves come together. If you into like the romance type aspect of Christmas and how it can bring people together that way, well, this one is like two people realizing that they didn't want to be apart from one another and it's just kind of. So it plays like a movie almost because they're long ass episodes. So it plays like a movie, part 1 and part 2. It's like them finally coming together, and she realizes that she doesn't want to be with Tim down in fucking Florida. She'd rather be in the UK with this cat and freezing their butts off in the middle of you know, like on London Boulevard. I don't fucking know where they are. Like, like spending like a shitty Christmas with them and the office folk, and you know, yeah. But I do recommend that episode. It's a good one. So just if you can sit down for like an hour and 45 minutes, go on. No, I'd say about an hour and 30. So yeah, 40, 50, you know, yeah, about an hour and 40 minutes.
That's what's its own movie length.
Yeah. So I don't want to ruin it for you. Go watch that one though. So, you know, but yeah, that's all about, you know, it's a good little romance movie, you know, romantic film, you know, of sorts, you know, that you really don't get. The Office episode that they have for the Christmas is actually pretty good too. Office Part of What Is. That's actually a good episode
Office
as
US.
well. Yeah, The Office US, but it's like 20 minutes, so you can get through that one too. But it's a good episode as well. I don't remember it offhand, but it was on the spectrum of shows to watch, you know, that you could watch, and it's like 20 something. It was up there. It was pretty up there on, and it showed up in a lot of people's like top, you know, 20. So yeah, I would say go watch that one, the UK version. And the UK version, I'm like, it's pretty damn funny. At first, I loved the US version because that was the one I knew, but watching the UK version, shit's hilarious. It's so much better. It sucks what this is, but so much better.
It depends what your humor is, you know. If you
Yeah.
like the cringeworthiness.
I
of the UK
love
version.
UK stuff because they just hold no bars, you know. They just so true with their words and everything. With us, it's like, okay, we can't say this, so you know, instead of just trying to be clever, they just like say what the hell they have to say, you know. It's like pretty cool. So like the one guy, let me just put up. They're in the office meeting, right? And this the David guy, the head of the office now, he's like trying to hold a meeting. It's like, okay, nothing else on the agenda until like I get done with the things on the agenda. And he's like, oh, well, I need to introduce this one important aspect. He's like, no, it's not on the agenda, so I won't say anything. So what about? So he's like, really, no. He's like, what? I had to say these things. It's very important to them. So he wants to say, okay, well, where on the agenda does it say like where it's open for questions and open for questions and everything else? He said right there. Well, can I speak to him? It's like so stupid. It's like so clever. But, oh man, it's just beautiful
I'm
writing.
just saying why the US one's better. It's got Craig Robinson.
They just, damn it, they do not have a Craig Robinson. Gosh darn them. They really don't.
They don't.
Okay, let's go to your fourth before we go to the
I thought I
fifth
already
and
got
wrap
my
this
fourth.
up.
Didn't I already do 4? Simpsons, Bean, Venture Brothers. Yeah. And what's it called? I did all 4.
Oh, so that was my fourth.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sweet. So now we're gonna go to our Twilight Delight people. If you don't know about the Twilight Delight, the last 3,
Yeah, that's 3.
yeah, last 3 episodes before.
Yeah, that's 3. We did 3 before.
Is 3?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. The last 3 episodes we've done the Twilight Delight. That's our dessert of the episode where we actually we go to the Twilight Zone and we watch the Twilight Zone episode to like sweeten our palates after our delicious dish of movies and such. So with this
We're
one,
gonna have to watch like a bad one to make us feel worse.
I know, right? And this one is called Night of the Meek, as chosen by Christopher.
Yes, because it's the true Christmas episode of the Twilight Zone.
Yeah, it really is.
Unlike the other one, which we already watched, this other Christmas episode. 5 characters in.
Oh
That's a
yeah.
Christmas episode,
That
too.
is a Christmas episode. Yeah, but break it down, Chris.
Okay, break it down. Now the Meek, we got ourselves Art Carney
There you
playing himself a drunken Santa Claus who works in the slums, who just wishes that all these kids could just get all the presents they want and all the stuff they need, the happiness they deserve, because they're the meek, and the meek deserve to inherit the earth. Yep.
I wrote that. That was like this Bible verse.
But you know, he goes to his job as the convenience store Santa Claus drunk. He gets himself fired on Christmas Eve. You know, makes little Percival have a traumatic experience. The little dickhead. I want to punch that kid. He's got that smug. What's the boy from? What's it called? The rich boy from Little Rascals. He's got that kind of face. But you just want to punch him right in the face. You know, he's got that face. And you know, he gets fired. And he's walking the streets drunk still when he comes upon a magic bag, and he starts handing out gifts to everyone far and wide. The winos in the church service, the children on the streets, even his ex-boss who gets him arrested gets a nice cherry brandy from 1903.
Yeah, but he had to prove that.
Yes.
Because the guy, he's trying to get him arrested, but then, like...
Oh, he's pulling out his trash
yeah,
in
because
a cab.
they looked at it, and it's all trash. He was like, you can look in the bag, and it's all just trash. But then when he goes into the bag, the Christmas magic happens, and he pulls out what this guy wished for.
A 1903 cherry brandy.
There you go.
That's a good year.
Which is apparently a good year.
That's a great year.
he knows because he's drunk.
And, there's no bad things that happen to anyone in this episode.
No, it's actually just a heartfelt film.
It's a very happy episode. And all he wants for his Christmas is to do it every year.
Yeah.
Which makes him become Santa Claus.
So he becomes Santa. But do you think his destitution was the cause of just depression and seeing all the things around him as being
awful?
Awful, yeah.
That's what I say, without a doubt,
So, because people, you think about alcoholism, people drink to.
He drank.
Try to.
He could either weep or he could drink.
Things. Yeah.
And drinking kind of makes it more. It enhances the mood to be better.
Yeah.
And I'm not one for weeping.
Yeah.
Except for during this episode.
Yeah.
Actually, I didn't cry that much. I only got tears this time.
Oh, yeah.
Usually I bawl during this episode.
Oh, really?
But like this time, I just got a couple tears of like, oh, that's such a happy ending, damn it.
Yeah. It is good. Meek shall inherit the earth. And it goes into like thinking like the true spirit of Christmas. This guy didn't want anything else but to help others. And I think that's what was the true message behind this. It's like, we should be helping others instead of thinking of ourselves in these instances. And even the meek, those who we look down upon, can envision a better life for all of us instead of just like, okay, well, you have to have money, you have to have means, you have to do all of this thing, but you don't need all of those things to wish the better of man. It has to be within your heart, and we can all do something like that. And just, if it's in our hearts, if we put that, because I believe in energy, and just, if everyone can put that energy out there, then we can make better things happen. And him, he had the will, and he had
he had the spirit.
The spirit
of Christmas.
That's what happens, the spirit of Christmas. And so the overall theme of all these films is like, these movies, these TV shows, it's the theme like, what is the importance of Christmas? It's like, I think they have to actually embody a little bit of that. I don't know about the Venture Brothers, but
that one didn't do it at all.
but even American Dad, they had a message there.
It did. It's sacrificing your own stuff to give to others.
To give to others. So you can have a better future. He would rather his wife have a better future than him be in it and not.
And saying, later world, kiss my ass.
Later world, kiss my ass, basically, yes. So I really did like this. It's a very strong episode. It looked like it was filmed in like 48 frames.
Yeah, right.
For a second,
it's all the snow.
It looked like a British thing where it's just like, well, you could see a lot. The motion was right there, and his movements are so fluid. And normally they don't have that blur that you have when you film it in like 24 frames per second. So it looks like they amped up the camera on this one.
I think it's the snow effect that helps with that. It does bring out the focus on it with the camera.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
Yeah, and you know what?
I also watched the 1980s version of the Twilight Zone Night of the Meek episode.
What?
Yes, there is the 1980s Twilight Zone, they had a resurgence, after the movie came out. They started making more episodes. Some were either remakes of the classic episodes or original ideas. And they remade this one. It's not very good. It's kind of cheesy.
Really?
It's a little overacted.
Why don't you tell me that so I could check that out so we can make fun of it?
That's for another time.
Really?
For next Twilight Delight.
Seriously, they made one.
Yeah,
a different one, and it wasn't that good. When it's a simple damn script.
It keeps the heart of the things. It's just very awkwardly acted. The lead character is just way too over the top. They needed someone like Art Carney again.
Yeah.
They should have just gotten Art Carney. He's still alive. He could have done it.
Yeah, and this cat was good,
Oh.
I just like that emotion that he showed when he really just broke down with those two children, where it's just like, they were just, because, think about that. He's playing this character who's supposed to be able to give everyone everything, but he can give them nothing.
Yeah.
And it's all about that.
They actually
as
go
you
into
get
that
older.
in the remake one also.
Really?
Where he's like, he's getting fired and he goes on a rant. Well, these aren't the kids. These kids won't be disappointed in me being drunk. They're getting exactly what they want. It's the kids in the slums. They're the ones who are going to be disappointed. And it also
That's
goes
too obvious. Yeah.
And it also goes into the thing of, the kids waving to Santa and wanting to talk to him.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, he says something. He's like, why don't you, the bartender's like, why don't you go out there? And he's like, if I go out there, I'm just going to disappoint them. I can't give them what they want.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So there's some decent moments like that improve on the script.
Okay, yeah.
Like that. But then it's just other parts where it's just very poorly acted, where he's going, woo! Kids, I have presents.
Oh, it's like when
it's
he
just
finally
like,
gets it, and it's just like whatever.
Yeah, like in the original, he's very excited,
Boisterous, yeah.
but he's saying, Merry Christmas, children, come out.
Yeah.
Very.
He acted like
solid.
a drunk man running through the streets yelling things, where people want to believe him, but they don't want to believe him until he proved to them that. Yeah, basically, it's just this drunk guy. There's no one like really like, oh look, he's in here in the streets,
and then also
we don't believe him.
I don't want to give it away, but the episode ends with receipts.
Oh, really?
Because they're like, well, we gotta take all this away, and then his bag starts pouring out the receipts for all the items from the store he got fired from. Because that makes sense. It's the Twilight Zone.
Oh, okay. I like the Christmas aspect. I like the magic.
Yeah.
I like the magic where he just becomes
he's able to pull it out, but no one else is.
Yes, he gets his magic, because that's where it is.
But I mean, he pulls out the receipts. I mean, he's still holding it back. There's no scene in it where someone tries to pull something else out.
Oh,
I think,
okay.
If I remember correctly, I just watched this last night. I should remember.
Oh, because you sleep though halfway.
No,
almost.
not even. I was wide awake. I could not get to sleep last night.
Oh, really?
I didn't get to sleep till like 3:30.
No shit.
That's why I was cracking up to Tarzan Boy really late.
Such random shit that you watch at 3:00 in the morning.
Hey,
that means nothing good ever happens after 12, people. So if you find yourself awake, you're gonna be watching.
Hey, I discovered a new band,
You're
Midnight
gonna watch
Oil.
this shit with me.
They're Australian, kind of like REM sounding kind of band from like the 70s and 80s. I don't know what you're doing. Is that supposed to be REM? Losing my religion.
No, it's a faster song.
Shiny Happy People.
Don't they do that one? I don't know who that is.
What, Shiny Happy People? Yes.
I'm a fool. I don't
know which one.
I'm leaving you.
Might be, but I'm not sure.
I think it's them.
You're thinking of Foo Fighters.
No, it wasn't Foo. It wasn't the Foo. I love the Foo.
It doesn't, man. They're pretty great.
I know. Who doesn't, motherfucker? Oh, I need to listen to them. They have this album that I just listened to. It's like just to get me good. Okay. So yeah. So it's just people like think about. So yeah, those are our recommendations for. Some episodes, we go to the blog.
If there is one that you need to watch, I would say Night of the Meek is the one you need to watch.
I would say that one.
You have it on Amazon Prime. You've got it on Hulu. You've got it on Netflix. You even have it on the NBC.
You know what that means?
One?
That means you have no excuses, and I just curse.
You can watch it on YouTube also if you don't have any of those. Literally.
You have no excuses. You can watch
type
it
in
almost anywhere.
Night of the Meek on YouTube, you will find it there. There's a million different versions, even the 1980s one, because that's where I had to go for it.
Oh, that's where you went to watch that one.
Every single episode of the 1980s one on there. And I'm like...
It's just the 80s?
It's just the 80s
They only have that one, like 1980 or...
They might have the...
Had a couple shows or no? It's a couple seasons or just one season?
Just, it had... I want to say one season, but I'm not positive on that.
Yeah.
Maybe two. No, it's 2. 3. Maybe 500. I want to say it's 2 or 3. I can't remember.
It's 5. 8.
It's 2 or 3. I can't remember. I'm trying to find the one that Forrest Whitaker did in the 2000s.
Oh, snap.
Because he did a Twilight Zone, or he was the host of it. He did the Rod Sterling part.
Yeah.
And I've been trying to find that because Joseph told me about this, and I was like,
wow.
What?
Blew my top.
Yeah.
Like, what's up? Really?
I know. I'm like, I'm down. I want to see Forrest Whitaker doing this.
Yeah, I would love to. That's cool. Oh,
there's so many different versions.
Dude, y'all wait for my Samurai series. It's coming out soon. Freaking called Ghost Dog. Go watch it right now.
Oh, yeah. Ghost Dog. I was about to say that. We're going to watch Ghost Dog, right?
Oh, I love you so Ghost
Dog. Oh, Ghost Dog is so tight.
That's a good movie.
That is the joint.
That's a good joint. Listen to the soundtrack, too.
Oh my God, yes.
Just all around good film. All right, you guys. I think that's going to be anything else for this week. Do you have any?
Let's go watch Ghost Dog.
Do you have any Flavor text.
My flavor text is later world kiss my buns.
No, that was yeah. I was like, what is? I just wanted to do. Only I didn't have anything. I just like that one. It was like, who taught you therapy? Michael Jackson's dad? I just love that one. That was just a
That's
good one.
fantastic.
That one really hit me on this episode. But I think they had a couple of other zingers, but that one really did it. All right, so
Wait, let me end with the sad rant
sorry.
from Night of the Meek. I gotta pull it up real quick.
All right. Oh, scratch my face. You can hear it.
Pretty sure I've scratched my face 15 times.
Yeah, but I got this little. Yeah, I don't think I hear it though.
It's not coarse enough. I don't know.
Mine's fucking coarse. Just trying to get that stuff to grow out hurt like a piece. It's like little bees stinging my face.
What's your name, little boy? Percival Smithers. What do you want for Christmas, Percival? A new front name.
But you gotta miss that. He looks at his mom like a new front name. Like, you named me this. You did this to me. That's why I get beat up on the schoolyard.
But here we go.
He's probably the bully.
This is after he gets fired by Mr. Dundee.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Thank you very much, Mr. Dundee. As to my drinking, this is indefensible, and you have my abject apologies. I find of late that I have very little choice in the matter of expressing emotions. I can either drink or I can weep, and drinking is so much more subtle. But as for my insubordination, I was not rude to that woman. Someone should remind her that Christmas is more than barging up and down department store aisles and pushing people out of the way. Someone has to tell her that Christmas is another thing finer than that. Richer, finer, truer. And it should come with patience and love, charity, compassion. That's what I would have told her if you'd given me the chance. I don't know how to tell you, Mr. Dundee. I don't know it all. All I know is that I'm an aging, purposeless relic of another time, and I live in a dirty rooming house on a street filled with hungry kids and shabby people, where the only thing that comes down the chimney on Christmas Eve is more poverty. Do you know another reason why I drink, Mr. Dundee? So that when I walk down the tenements, I can really think it's the North Pole, and the children are elves, and I'm really Santa Claus, bringing them a bag of wondrous gifts for all of them. I just wish, Mr. Dundee, on one Christmas, only one, that I could see some of the hopeless ones and the dreamless ones just on one Christmas. I'd like to see the meek inherit the earth, and that's why I drink, Mr. Dundee, and that's why I weep.
And it all happens on the Twilight Zone. And it could happen in real life, too, people. Think about that. That's been Talking with Burritos. I am Jerry, JJ Wayne Graham.
I'm Christopher the Roople.
That's a wrap, but not a burrito.
Close-up shot on that one sad-looking black boy.
They had a black boy.
There was a black boy.
There was no
in
black.
there.
That's the first. Okay.
That was the first.
That's the first thing I noticed.
I wanted
I'm
to
like,
ask, but I didn't want to ask.
Like, is that a Negro kid? I'm like, oh snap! They got a Negro kid. I'm looking around like,
did you see that huge
to
mole
myself?
he had?
No, I didn't see.
Yeah,
that.
he had like this huge mole on his face, like right on his cheek
Really?
there.
No,
Yeah,
I didn't check that out.
yeah. It was the first time I think I noticed that.
There's two black people on the show. Okay.
Yeah, he had his twin brother.
On his face. He's Andy Garcia. Didn't he? Wasn't he born with this? Andy Garcia was born with this twin on his hip or something, conjoined or something.
One of those like inside ones.
Yeah,
or
he's like
outside
dead
ones?
or something, so they had to
Yeah.
cut him out. Some crap like that.
One of
Yeah.
those weird things.
Yeah.
That's something from the Venture Brothers also.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because his twin brother was living inside of him for
Yeah.
his whole life, and then it finally came out.
I remember it's like late night. I used to watch that.
Yeah.
Late night Cartoon Network. I
Yep,
used to
Adult
watch
Swim,
that.
yep.
Yeah.